because of the inclement weather for the presentation. We've been very lucky really down the years, and it's amazing how you disperse yourselves out there. When you are out around the sports track, you see nearly so many people. Get you all in here, and what an impressive crowd you are. Thank you all very much for coming along, and thank you also for the many kind comments that have been given to me by you over the course of the afternoon, commiserating on the regretful news about the future of the school. You have been magnificent in your efforts to help keep the school open, and I'm only sorry, as I know you are, that our efforts have failed. Not on educational grounds, but on pure economic grounds. The costs are too high. The DES has shared the opinion of Essex that they don't want to pick up the bill, I suppose. Unfortunately, there isn't an appeal against the decision. Several people have asked me about that. The system is that you just reapply a year later, but we're precluded from that because the Minister has approved the closure proposal that Essex made during the time we were to go to GMS, and the rules of the game dictate that we are not able to apply for GMS when there's a closure notice extant. So I'm afraid it's the end of the road, except for one possibility, which one parent put to me. I don't know how serious it was, but mainly that why not go independent, completely independent. I don't know what you feel about that. I think it's a big uphill task in this economic climate to try to get people to put up a lot of money to preserve the school, but I do appreciate very much the sentiment, and I know that you all feel very strongly about the fact that we are going to have to close, and it's denying boys the opportunity of an experience here which is not easy to get up and down the country, and I do appreciate the way you support it. Can I say that for those who are here for a year or two, that next year we expect to be running normally, but the year after there will be quite considerable changes. For instance, it's very likely the numbers will be so small that we will be down to one house. As far as the organisation of the pastoral side for September is concerned, the numbers obviously are going to be somewhat lower, but we're not absolutely sure how many people there will be with us in September. We know about year 9 because we had a parents' evening last night, and that particular thing was explored with us. But there may be some reorganisation on the pastoral side because of numbers, both pupil numbers and of course what happens to the staff over the next 2 years. But I do wish to reassure you that we expect to be running normally at least for 1 year in terms of the curriculum. And thereafter it will depend on the support that we're getting from you parents of present year 7, year 8 in particular, because obviously the year 10 boys are going to be staying with us. They're halfway through their GCSE courses, and it would be very foolhardy to move at this stage because they've got the 1 year to go, and as I've already said, next year should be running normally for the academic side. In order to help us, it would be appreciated if you're a parent of present year 7 and present year 8, if you would indicate your feelings about whether you expect your son to stay for 1 or 2 years on the forms that I put at the front here before you leave the hall after all the presentations are over. We are going to expect the present place for us. I don't know if you can work this out mentally, how to add these two together and come up with the total. In 3rd place, it's Forest. 2nd place, it's a Spurlock. 1st place, 5. Can't read the right. Is it 1 point? 1 point only. Have it. So very close. is Stuart Gully. So if he'd like to come forward. One other task which we asked our visitors to perform.
If you could get your lucky programs out, please. We're now into the lucky program number. That's my property.
Is it?
Is it open?
No.
If the boys particularly haven't got their programs on and left them down the dormitory, if they have got until 7 o'clock tonight to come and claim their award. It's two numbers, one for the blue cover and one for the yellow cover. It's number 15 and 101. If there's a 15 or 101, would like to come out now